In this video, we tell you everything that we know about the next Clash of Clans and future Clash of Clans updates, builder base, Clash of Clans eSports, quality of life improvements, and we now know a couple of the super troops coming in the next update. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel then, guys. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. Wow, did we receive a lot of information as to what is coming in the next Clash of Clans update and future updates, and I want to make sure that in this video you are kept up to date with everything we know. So remember this silhouette we were shown a couple of weeks ago? We got confirmation that it is indeed, as many of us expected, the Inferno Baby Dragon from Clash Royale. Pretty exciting if you ask me. We are getting it as a super troop, again, as many of us expected. However, we were also given information as to a second super troop that is coming in the next update. So pretty exciting, and I know, being a clasher, I am always hot on topics of what is coming. So if that's what you want to see, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll also recommend turning on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my educational but entertaining Clash of Clans content. Now, whilst we did get confirmation that a second super troop is coming, I want to build up to this because there was a lot of answers which we got in terms of why this second super troop is coming and where the direction of the game is going, and I feel that's important to note. If you are new to my channel and you want to support me, you can use code JUDO in game before making any purchases. It is much appreciated, and remember, I would recommend heading over to my Twitter right now because we are giving away a gold pass a day with code JUDO. Hooray! So using my code really does help, and I can give back via the giveaways. So where did we receive all of this update information? There was a Clash of Clans live stream by Gulu, a French content creator, and he was joined by some of the community managers. Justine, one of the French community managers, and you might be familiar with Darian as well. Now, it's a 2.5-hour live stream. I will link it down in the description in case any of you are interested, but I took the liberty of taking notes of everything that we don't already know, and there's a lot of it. So that's what I want to share with you throughout this video. So let's start from the top with the friendly wars and friendly challenges. Like I said, you will receive a ton of information in this video. We found out about quality of life improvements we can expect in the future, builder base, Clash of Clans competitive scene and esports, as well as the super troops, the super feature. What can we expect from it moving forward, including the second super troop that we will be getting in the next update. But my favourite section was all about the clans. Now, there was a question asked about friendly challenges. Can we have a separate army for friendly challenges? Now, I love this because it's something I've always wanted. Currently, the army you cook up for multiplayer is the same army you have for friendly challenge. Whilst you don't lose that army with friendly challenge, you still have to cook it up in the first place. Now, the answer was that is a really good idea. And it was quickly followed up with, we have some surprises in the next update. So make of that what you will, guys, but we will be getting some surprises in the next update, although this answer was given a couple of times through the interview, so there's no question as to what it was actually referenced to, but I would personally love to have a separate army for friendly challenges. Let me know what you think in the comments. A couple of quickfire questions on the same subject. They were asked if we could have a separate army for donations. So instead of cooking up troops that go into your army to donate them, could they go somewhere else before the answer was no. Basically, we have the 1 gem donation, and in my opinion, that would add a lot of complexity with not a huge benefit. We do have the lovely new Clan Castle request system, and many people pointed out that this is not included in the quick train slot. Could this be changed in the future? They thought it was a good idea, and potentially this is something they might add to the quality of life list, I don't know, but that list is already huge, as you will find out in the video. The other interesting question on this topic I felt was friendly challenges. Someone asked about the friendly challenge that you post and only one person can attack. Could this be put up whereby people could attack it for a set period of time? Again, they thought this was a good idea. I think it's a good idea, and whilst I was watching the live stream, I actually had an idea myself. What about to improve clan interaction? People could put up a friendly challenge, and then within your clan somewhere there would be a leaderboard. Maybe one of the leaders or co-leaders could put up a base, and everybody within the clan could attack that base in a set period of time. Then we would have a leaderboard as to who was best against that base, which members 3-starred it, who 2-starred it but with the best percentage. It'd be kind of a cool little friendly challenge expansion, but then within the clan as well as a bit of a leaderboard, and that would reset with different bases. Just an idea I had as I was watching the live stream, but let me know what you think in the comments. Let's get on to the quality of life improvements then, and there was a huge list. A lot of the things that I'm going to share are already on the list, but there's no question as to when that will come. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments, but basically Darian said whenever they plan an update, once the content of the update is done, then they've got a set period of time before they've planned to release the update. How long is that time, and what are the top priorities of quality of life changes? So they're always the last things to be put in an update. That's why a lot of them that they have on the list will not come in each individual update. However, the first one that was mentioned was the troops. Whenever you go to delete your army or edit your army, you have to delete all of the troops individually. Could we just have a button that removes all troops? Well, it's already on the list alongside a lot of other things. Darian's personal favourite was whenever he has a power potion or a hero potion, could he get a notification whenever that is about to expire? Again, something that is very relevant and I'm sure would help out a lot of people. Some people asked about the base links. Currently, if you have a base layout, you share the link. That is only for 28 days. Maybe you didn't know that, but if a link gets clicked just once, then the base will be stored for another 28 days. Basically, what that is to save storage room. Think about how many bases go out of the meta and are just never ever used. If they had to store every single base, that would just be a silly amount of storage, but they will store it as long as people are still using it, so that's not likely to change. Another question was on the Supercell ID. Could we get improvements to this whenever you change your account? Currently, you see the email address, and we do now have the hashtag of the link, but could this just be changed to the village name? Basically, the Supercell ID team is completely different to the Clash of Clans team, although they do have their own quality of life improvements. I'm just going to quickly check my list, guys, to make sure we don't forget any of them, because I do want to make sure you are held up to date with all of them. Many of you might have seen the Brawl Stars Supercell Make website, and this is where they have the community create skins, and then the community votes on skins, and the best ones get put into the game. Darian said it's something they're really interested in, but they'd have to recreate that from the ground up. Pretty cool though. In terms of other skins for the village, let's say buildings and defense skins, they are not really going to come, because basically you have to be able to identify, if you are looking at a base to attack, what level an archer tower is just by looking at it. Personally, I think they might be able to do it with town halls. You know, if I am looking at a town hall 13, if that's got a slightly different skin, as long as it's pretty obvious it's a Town Hall 13, I know it's a Town Hall 13, so I would personally like to see Town Hall skins, not defensive skins, but let me know what you think again in the comments. Finally, the clan alliances. Now this is something that I discussed previously on my global chat video. I think it would be really cool to be able to tie clans together, clan linking. Darian said it's something they have thought about, but it's not something they can immediately add because it has a lot of complications. They wouldn't want to just have an added group chat between the clans, because they would want it to be something more integrated, more than just a chat. And they'd have to make sure they don't fall into the trap of the issues they had with global chat. And that was another one that's just came to my head actually, which is on this list. Could we have separate clan messages? So currently clan leaders can put out a message to the clan. Could we have a message just for co-leaders? The answer to that was no, because anything like that, they want to have transparency. They want to make sure everybody can see that, again, because of a lot of the issues they had with global. But in terms of the quality of life improvements, I'm sure that you are pretty much getting this, that there's a lot on the list, there's a lot that they would like to add, and another important one, finally, that I've just realized on the list, disconnections. Could you be reconnected if you deconnect? So if you are attacking, maybe it's war, maybe it's multiplayer, we've all had this, you lose connection, and the attack has finished. Could the disconnection be allowed to go back in? For example, in Brawl Stars, if you disconnect, you can re-enter the match. In Clash of Clans, they wouldn't allow you to do that. Now, that's not because you know, obviously you're not allowed to reset the attack, but basically the algorithm of the attack works on whenever you are clicking a set area, it's then calculating what's going to happen. And basically, if you are offline, the algorithm thinks the attack is finished. It's also how replays work. Whenever you watch a replay, whether it be Clan Wars, whether it be attack, defense log, basically you're not watching a replay stored on a hard drive somewhere, you're actually rewatching the creation of that code. So that it's just a code that is stored on what troop you use and where on the base you use it, and then the algorithm recreates the attack. So as you can see, the quality of life changes are huge. There's a lot on the list, and hopefully we will see them in the future. Moving to the builder base though, basically this is a pretty quick one. The builder base, Darian said they're not sure where they want to take it at the moment. So with Builder Hall 9, you've got a little bit more time to max out your base. Builder Hall 10 is not on the roadmap of upgrades. If they were to bring a Builder Hall 10, it would probably bring another geared defense. Obviously for Builder Hall 9, we did get Autobot, the 6th builder. They would bring another geared up defense, but it would have to be something that works in the home village. And Darian said basically there's only the Tesla left. So who knows? We might end up seeing the mega Tesla in the home village. Let's find out. But there's no plans at the moment. If they were to plan a Builder Hall 10, they would have to think of another gear up and a one that worked. Essentially, they were asking, or the community was asking, about tournaments for Builder Base. Can we have more for it? And there's just not the interest at the moment to do that. So they have to figure out what they're going to do with Builder Base. They have to make it more interesting. I think they did a really good job getting rid of the troop time. I think that's helped out a lot, but they want to make it more engaging, more interesting before they start looking at could they actually run tournaments with it and things like that. Before we get on to the Clash of Clans competitive scene, the esports, and then the Super Troop section, a couple of quality of life improvements that I missed. The clan description. Currently, it's not the best, and this is something that, well, it's already on the list. Also, one that I thought was incredible, and this is something I've requested a lot. Clan War Leagues are awesome, aren't they? They're just amazing. You only get one attack. Custom friendly wars. Could we have one attack on the friendly wars? Maybe even, I mean, I would personally like full customization. What troops can you use? What troops can't you use? They have said they are looking at being able to help supplement community tournaments a little bit better. So making friendly wars easier in terms of tournaments. I'm pretty sure the one attack feature is one of the main things that's requested. Who knows what customization they will bring, but it's something that is on their list, but that is a big one. In terms of the esports then, the Clan War Leagues, Clash of Clans World Championships. Basically what was asked of this was all to do with the Clan War Leagues, and the main question that viewers had was, currently you can only be in the Clan War Leagues. You can't be in a regular war or a friendly war as a clan. You can as a player if you go to a different clan, but that's unlikely to change, because the way that the algorithm works in terms of wars, it basically, the coding is that your clan can only be tied to one war. A player can go wherever they want, but if that player is in a clan ID, they can't be in more than one war at once. They could be in friendly wars, but not more than one war. And they would have to rebuild that entire code from the ground up. Darian said it would probably even take a year. So that's not something that would give big enough benefit. They'd be far better off actually just concentrating on other stuff. Anyone that does watch the ESL play live streams, which I live stream on Twitch and Facebook, links are in the description if you want to see any of my live streams, will know that basically there's official casters that are allowed into the clans. They have thought about, could they integrate that in game somehow so the clans know who the casters are, something that they are looking at alongside a ton of other improvements. Here we go then, the super troops. As we mentioned earlier, we will be getting the Inferno Baby Dragon, but we're also getting more super troops. And Darian basically hinted that they want to bring pretty much every troop as a super troop, is the impression that I got. And I think that is awesome. Many people asked about, well, could we have super spells? Could we have super buildings? And the answer to that was, who knows where the super theme will go. So that's pretty interesting if you ask me. They are going to stick with super troops to begin with because aesthetically they just look different. Spells would have to really add something else. Super buildings, again, it goes back to the theme of aesthetically they have to be identifiable. So at the moment, super troops are their focus, and many people asked about these timers on the super troops as well. Currently, you only get 1 week and you can only have one super troop. Could we have more than one super troop? What's the deal with it all? Basically, at the moment, you will only be able to have one super troop, and the timer is what the timer is. But as the list gets more expanded and huge, they would look at, could you have more than one super troop? But for the moment, it is just one super troop. In terms of the other information that we received, it was basically just to do with the second super troop. There's actually a couple of other things which I'll mention afterwards, but the second super troop that we are getting is the Super Witch. Pretty awesome, right guys? I'm personally a big fan of the Witch. I think it's a great troop, and I am excited to see what the super troop will do. Now, Darian actually did not mention anything about the Super Baby Dragon or the Inferno Baby Dragon or the Super Witch. He didn't mention anything about how they will work or attack, but what he did say is that the Super Witch would not be a direct copy of the Night Witch from the Builder base. It would be something completely unique. So that's pretty awesome. At least we know that we're getting brand new mechanics, but the two super troops confirmed are the Inferno Baby Dragon and the Super Witch. Now, a couple of things to finish off. We had the waterfall added in the last update, and that's pretty awesome, isn't it? It was there when the game first started, and what Darian said is they don't add things for no reason. That's pretty intriguing. So what is this waterfall maybe going to do? Have they just added it just for aesthetic reasons? But he said they don't add things for no reason. And this was with a question with regards to this path leading off the village. Where does it lead to? He said right now there's no plan for a third village or anything like that. So at the moment, this path is just for your imagination. Personally, I like to think, this is where the troops go, isn't it? When you donate troops somewhere else, so that's where the path leads. But he basically said alongside them that they don't add anything for no reason, so I thought that was rather intriguing. The final question, which again I wanted to make sure you got all of the information, final question was with Legend League attacks. I'm not in Legend League right now, but you get 8 attacks. He said that it was tested with 5 attacks, 10 attacks in the pre-testing. 8 is the number they went with. They're happy with that. And also the attack timings. 3 minutes being the attack time. Could this be increased higher up? No is the answer because they want it the same as all. They think 3 minutes is right. And personally, I do agree. However, guys, that is everything we know about the update. I hope you did enjoy it. I'm sure that you guys would enjoy my troop video I did. A tip for every single troop. So I'm going to link this here. This is the type of content I bring, educational and entertaining. I'd rather think you would enjoy that one, so be sure to click that if you want to see it. But that wraps it up for this one. I hope you found it interesting. Until next time, take care.